Welcome back to Yo, That's Crazy. Welcome back to the podcast. Please subscribe to YTC Podcast 24. Now I'm Kev, your host for the day. But it's a lot of stuff going on. Yo, we got my guy 80s in the building. Yo. What's going on, man? Just wanted to talk about this All-Star weekend. This shit was trash.
Yo, what's
Garbage.
good?
Yo, it's good, brother. This All-Star weekend was the worst. This was garbage. I mean, I can't believe what I was watching. You know what I'm saying? It's just total nonsense what they was just having displayed out here, man. I mean, this is just I'm one of the worst joints I've seen. I think they should just go back to the old format, East versus West. Um, Particularly, nobody really watches the All-Star Celebrity Game. The dunk contest is just, I mean, we got a G League player winning his third in a row. I mean, this is ridiculous. Um, the skills challenge. You have Wemby, he's just out there just throwing the ball so he could just, run through the obstacle course very quick. I mean, this is just nonsense. This was just bad.
Yeah, but you already know Chris Paul gave him that idea. So Chris Paul because Wemby did it before. So Chris Paul gotta be at fault for that.
I mean, come on, man. Like, I mean, it was just like, really, bro. And then the dunk contest was like, oh my gosh. I mean, these guys was missing dunks after dunks after dunks after dunks. I mean, maybe the hottest one I saw. I just turned the TV off because I didn't even watch the rest of it. But maybe I would say the last dunk I saw for Mac McClung was him jumping over a car while a guy was sticking out of the sunroof with a ball in his hand. I mean, like, bro, come on, man. I mean, this is what we're gonna get.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't even see the dunk contest. I ain't care. I saw highlights, but I ain't see the actual.
I mean, I'm just saying, but this is what we're gonna get, though. I just can't believe this. Like, and then I was looking at the game. All right, so I understand. Got a little bit of injuries in the All-Star game last night. I noticed LeBron did not play, and I know he's catching a lot of heat from a lot of different platforms. Especially a couple of people up there in ESPN. It was just giving him a lot of flack for him not playing in the game. I guess he said he was slightly injured, so he didn't play. Anthony Edwards, he had a groin injury. He didn't play. So, I mean, I get that, but I mean, I don't know what the NBA is doing, man. I really don't know what the hell these idiots are doing up there. Like, I really don't know, bro. Like, what are you doing? What are these guys are doing? Just go back to East versus West, where it was high. I mean, 80s. What was the last All-Star game that you saw that was like, yo, this shit was
I can't tell you off the top of my head. I have to go back and look, but I could tell you the last memorable one, or my favorite one, is 2001. I know they had some good ones after that. I remember they had I think in 2004, 2005, where Dwayne Wade and them was out there. I think when it might have been 2004. If not, like I said, it was 2005. I think those was pretty good. It was a couple good ones in that mid 2000 area, but somewhere at the end of that 2000 area, it started to get trash. You know what I'm saying? And that's where a lot of the younger players came in, and they just didn't have the same competitiveness that the older players had. But I remember the memorable one that I have is 2001. And I think we all, because that was the one where the East was down. I mean, the East was down. You remember the West had all of the bigger players. right? The East had all of the guards. The
That
East
was
was
the one
down,
with
and
Michael Jordan.
no. Remember, Michael Jordan came back in 2002. So Michael Jordan All Star games was 2002 and 2003. But in 2001, that was the year that AI went crazy. That was the year that Marbury threw the ball behind Tim Duncan back, caught it, shot it. That, you know, what I
Oh,
mean,
right,
they was throwing windmills to Carter. You know what I'm saying? Like that was that year.
right. That's when Iverson and Marbury brought the East back to win.
That was Tracy McGrady first All Star game because he had just went to the Magic. Like, yeah, I mean, that was that year where, and then remember the East. Remember that was the year where the West was killing us. They was got cocky at the end. Chris Webber, Tim Duncan, Kobe, Shaq, all of them. They was all like cruising. They was cruising, and out of nowhere, we started coming back. And then I think Kobe had a chance. Kobe came down. He might have had a chance to like either tie it or win it for the West, but I think somebody played good defense, if I'm not mistaken, and he ended up missing a shot. But that's the most memorable one I have. You know what I mean? Obviously, there's other memorable ones. 1998, first time Kobe and Jordan played
That
against
was
each other
New
in the
York.
All-Star game. You know what I mean?
That
That's a
was,
memorable one. Obviously, 2000. I don't remember the funny thing is 2000. I don't remember the All-Star game as much as the dunk contest. The dunk
yeah.
contest of 2000 was crazy. I don't really remember the All Star game like that. Obviously, like I just said, 2001 All Star game was crazy. 2002 and 2003 is when Jordan came back and played in those two All Star games. I think 2004, one of them, Iverson got MVP again. Because remember, I think Iverson got MVP in 2001. He got MVP again somewhere like 2005, 2006, I forgot when. But those years were still memorable. Those years were still good. I just don't, I'll have to go back and look at the very last one that's like, yo, this is when they was playing. This is the one. This is the last time that this one that was memorable. I don't remember the very last one, but I just remember it was some good ones in that mid 2000s area.
Yo,
Mark, what's going on?
welcome, Mark. Welcome to the show. Welcome to
Going on,
YT.
going on, yeah.
And what's going on?
Yeah, shit. Listen, I know Mark got a lot to say. He was disappointed. Mark, how did you feel watching the All Star game yesterday, Mark?
So, Mark,
Man, this was
yeah, how you
trash.
feel about that, Mark?
It was trash to me, honestly. Like I was saying, the competitiveness is out the window because now the NBA is all about money.
Right.
Players they ain't trying to go hard because they don't want to get hurt, so called quote unquote. But I brought up this point to somebody. I said during the summer, Braun go hard in the Drew League, so why he can't go hard in the All Star game?
A lot of the
That's
players go
crazy.
hard in the Drew League.
That's a fact.
That's what I'm saying, and that's like it don't make no sense. How you go hard over here and this ain't even NBA.
You
Right.
sound a little low,
But
brother.
you
You gotta talk up a little louder.
now I got my hat over my headphones
Oh, okay,
because I
okay.
was just walking outside. I was walking to work.
Right.
Yeah, but the competitiveness out the window because it's all about money.
That's a fact.
That whole the whole like all them teams that they made just to watch one team go against that was stupid to me.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest. This is how I took it, Mark. I said if I had to just judge what I want, because I ain't gonna lie, I was watching it. I was interested just because I wanted to see how they was gonna do it. Right. So if I had to judge it, I was like, okay, this is a cool concept if we talking about Saturday night. Right, because Saturday night is trash too. So I'm like, if y'all trying to spark up Saturday night, okay, I can see y'all doing a little tournament. Just get rid of the skills challenge because don't nobody give a fuck about that, right? Do the 3 point contest, do the dunk contest, and then get to this. Get to like some a little tournament to end the night off. I'm like, that'd be cool. But for the All-Star game, I'm like, nah.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. The skills challenge is
Don't
pretty. It's
nobody care
pretty.
about the skills challenge, bro. Be
I mean,
honest.
I don't. I mean, it's pretty okay. I mean, I remember at one time.
Let me ask you a question. Not to cut you off.
Hold on. Let me just say this. I remember it was Kobe Bryant. It was LeBron James. This was '06. Dwayne Wade and Chris Paul. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people want to see those guys do it. Now we just got like big men doing skills challenge. I mean, like it's just crazy, man.
But
I
look,
mean,
that's this. I'm gonna just say this and leave it at this. This is how I could tell nobody give a fuck about the skill challenge, right? You might not remember every year, but you'll remember certain years. You'll be like, oh yeah, he was in a dunk contest, Jason Richardson. You know what I mean? Or fuck, like if you just going back down memory lane, you remember uh certain names was in a 3-point contest. You know what I mean? You might be like, oh yeah, I remember when you know um Ray Allen was in it, or this person. Don't nobody remember or care about the last person any year that won the skills. You ain't like, yeah, I remember when Cat won the skills challenge. You get what I'm saying? Don't nobody give a fuck about this. It's almost like and I understand. Don't get it twisted. I understand why they doing the cup in the middle of the season. Are they trying to get people interested? You know, some competition in the beginning of the season, but ain't nobody ever gonna be like, yo, I won the cup. You get what I'm saying? It's almost like a meaningless thing that's there. It's like, okay, I get why you're doing it. It's meaningless though. That's what the skills challenge is. Don't nobody really care about it. It's just we all know that's how they're gonna start off All-Star Weekend Saturday.
I mean, this is just atrocious, man. I mean, so I'm gonna just run down some of the notable names that won the dunk contest, and I'm not even gonna say everybody. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna just say let's start from. Of course, everybody remember when Vince Carter won. That was the best one since
2000.
2000 to now, right? Before that, Kobe Bryant, Brent Barry, Harold Miner, Isaiah Ryder, right? So then we got Desmond Mason. He was a good dunker when he played for.
That's what I was trying to think about. I couldn't think his
Yeah,
name.
oh
Desmond
01,
Mason.
Desmond Mason. 02, 03, Jason Richardson. Now, this is where it was just getting like, okay, Fred Jones barely got on the floor for Indiana, but he was in a dunk contest. He won it. That was kind of boring. Josh Smith, that was pretty cool with the whole Josh Smith thing. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember that so wholeheartedly. I remember when him and J.R. Smith was going at it, and they was doing video game dunks, the behind the back and all that stuff. That's the first time I ever saw something like that. Somebody did that. So that was pretty cool. And then
For some reason, not to cut you off, I remember the job. I don't remember the dunk contest, but I remember it being trash though.
what the Josh Smith when he I think he beat out
Yeah, I remember
JR.
the Josh Smith one being trash. I have to go back and look, but for some reason, my mind is telling me that's one you didn't want to relive.
Yeah, I mean that was pretty cool. Now the Nate Robinson one,
The Blake Griffin one was cool.
the Break Goodful one was cool. So Nate Robinson won his first one in 06.
I remember Stoudemire was trash.
Yeah, but did he win?
Nah, he was
I
trash.
don't see
That's
his
what
name here. Yeah, I don't see his name here. But yeah, that's when he Steve Nash bounced the ball off his head like on some soccer move off the backboard. Yeah, I remember that one. So after Nate Robinson, now the Gerald Green one was pretty cool when he went up for the dunk and he blew out the cupcake candle. I was like, okay, that's pretty.
Yeah, that one was fire. I remember that. That was fire.
That was pretty all right. Okay, the White Howard joint.
Dwight Howard was cool. I
White Howard was
liked
cool
it.
with the whole Superman thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Even though he didn't dunk, he jumped so high. I thought it was still cool.
Right.
Like, he just
And
jumped
then
so high.
remember we had Nate Robinson won 2 in a row after that. That's when he was taking a lot of dunks and it was like dunks after the dunks he was missing. So they started changing the format. The Blake Griffin one, that's when he jumped over the car. That was pretty cool. Now, Jeremy Evans. I don't even know who that is. He won
Jeremy Evans. He played for Utah. He wasn't no star.
Yeah, that's what it says. He played for Utah.
He wasn't no star. He was a random. Yeah.
Right. Now I remember Terrence Ross. He played for Toronto. He won the year after. John Wall. I don't even remember the John Wall one. I don't remember that one.
Yeah, it was John Wall, Paul George, and somebody else. They did like a 3-0 dunk shit. They was on a team.
Yeah, I think. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I remember that. Yeah, I remember
I don't
that.
remember that. See, that's
and they all did like mad dunks in a they had like time to do like mad dunks. That was that year.
Yeah, it was a team. It was a year they had the team. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
Now,
they had the three-man team dunk thing.
right. Now, here's where it got interesting in the dunk contest, right? When Zach LaVine won both those years, that's when I was like, oh, we got something here because remember he was going against
Now I thought he got robbed. I thought what's the name got
Aaron
robbed
Gordon.
the first year.
Aaron Gordon got robbed. He got robbed. Aaron
Yeah.
Gordon got
who
robbed.
you said?
Aaron Gordon.
Aaron Gordon, yeah, he got robbed.
Aaron Gordon.
That first year? No, it was the second year. He
It
got
was the
robbed
second
both
year.
years,
The
actually.
second
Both
year.
years.
He got robbed both years. Because remember,
Got robbed
the
both
second
years.
year, the second year is when Dwayne Wade took it from him. He gave it to the
Yeah,
the
Dwayne
Heat
Wade gave him a 49.
from Jones, something Jones. Yeah,
Yeah.
he got robbed both
He
years.
got robbed both years. So, and you know, it's funny. He made a rap song too. It's kind of high, and he dissed Dwayne Wade for that though. That it was pretty cool. Okay, so now you got Glenn Robinson's son, Glenn Robinson the third. He won the year after.
Yeah, he
That's
was
when
pretty.
played for the
He could
Heat.
jump. I don't remember what his dunks was, but
Yeah, because it was trash. That's why. That's
it
why
was trash, right?
It was
That's because
trash.
when I say he could jump, I'm thinking more like in game. I'm like, I don't remember his dunk contest dunks.
It was trash. That's why you don't remember the joint. You know what I'm saying? All right. So then, if we talk about Donovan Mitchell, he won in 2018, and then you got the dude that played for the Thunder. So I remember him, Hamidou Diallo.
Yeah, he could jump too. I don't remember his dunk contest.
Yeah, nah, I remember him as a player. And then we had
Yeah, he was on
Derrick
OKC.
Jones Jr. When Derrick Jones Jr. won that one, you know what I'm saying? So
That's the
remember
one that robbed. That's the one who robbed Eric Gordon, Derrick Jones Jr.
Derrick Jones Jr.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
the year Dwayne Wade, because he played on the Heat at that time. So Dwayne Wade gave Aaron Gordon a low score, which he didn't deserve, and gave Derrick Jones Jr. a higher score.
Right. So now we coming into the modern time, right? So now we in 2021. Anthony Simons, he won. Obi Toppins won in 22. And then you got Mac LeClung for the three-peat. I mean, come on, bro. We got this is embarrassing
The
when you
dunk
have
contest been dead for a long time.
I'm
It's
not
been
saying
dead for a
it's
long
dead for a
time.
long time because I'm saying the memorable.
I think the last exciting year was the two. Even though we feel like Aaron Gordon got robbed, the last exciting time for the dunk contest was when Zach LaVine was in it.
Yeah, that was 2015 and 2016.
Yeah,
That's when he played for the T-Wolves. Both.
yeah. That's the last time we was excited. It's been dead ever since then.
The year that sticks out to me that was corny was when they had to imitate an old school dunk off the
Yeah, I remember that too. Was that Mark? Was that when they had to spin the wheel or some stupid shit?
Yeah, that shit was come on, bro. That was yo. You had to do one of the old dunks from the old guys.
Yeah, you had to mimic they dunk.
Yeah,
I remember that stupid
like,
shit.
yo, bro, like who wants to come on? Let these dudes do their own dunk. Like I said, like
that's the year. I think that's the year after. I think Richardson won, or did he win that year?
you talking about the year that Richardson won?
Yeah, because I know
that was 03. That was in Atlanta.
Because I think he did the wheel, but he had to do a 2-foot jump dunk,
and that's not how he jumped. Yeah,
right.
It don't even matter. That shit was trash.
All around.
Like I said, like yo, the Nate Robinson ones. I mean,
they were excited because he was short.
The only
Mac McClung is doing.
Nah, but remember
Nate Robinson ones was cool. I remember one year it was bad though because he kept trying to get a dunk. He did a dunk like 20 times.
That's what I'm saying.
He did one dunk like 20 times. It was like, all right, Nate.
One
of them years was crazy.
Was like, nah.
I think the first year I think one year he jumped over Dwight. Right.
That's the second year.
That was the second year. He jumped over Dwight. I think we was cool with that. I think the first year we was cool. I think by the third year we was like, all right, Nate.
Yeah, the first year he jumped over Spud because he had on his jersey, and then the second year he did the kryptonite with the green basketball.
Yeah, the green shit.
Right.
I mean, come on, bro. I mean, really? This is getting ridiculous, man. And you know, a lot of people is blaming LeBron James because he never joined in. A lot of people did Tracy McGrady ever went back after the one in 2000?
Nah, he did the one.
He did the one. So I'm like, come on. Even Vince Carter, he did one, and that was it. That was a teaser. Because everybody thought he was gonna do that 720. His last dunk, he just played it safe. He did a two-hand dunk. from a little bit above the free throw line. I was like, okay. I mean, that was the one where Steve Francis was in it and all that stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
now the 3-point contest, shout outs to Tyler Hero for winning. I thought Buddy Hield was going to really beat him because I think Buddy Hield's a better shooter, but Tyler Hero won that one.
Yeah, Buddy Hield
Buddy
just
Hield
got
is
cold.
He a streaky shooter. Yeah, exactly. He sat down and that was it.
Yeah.
He a streaky shooter. He's not a consistent guy like that.
He got lucky too twice because Dame was supposed to advance past that first round, and then Dame didn't advance, so he got lucky there. And then he got lucky once Tyler Hero once Buddy Hield got cold. But shout out to Tyler though, you know.
Shout out to Tyler Hero.
Tyler, he won it.
Yeah, he won it fair and square. He won it. I mean, you got Damian Lillard winning twice, Karl Anthony Towns, Steph Curry. Oh, Buddy Hield did win one when he played for the Kings.
Yeah.
Joe Harris, Devin Booker, Eric Gordon, Klay Thompson, Steph, Marco Bellinelli. Oh, I remember him when he played for the Spurs.
Cat won one recently.
Yeah, Kyrie. I didn't even know he won one. Kevin Love, James Jones, Paul Pierce. I remember Daquan Cook, Jason Cook.
But what I could say about All-Star Weekend, the 3-point contest, I don't feel like lost its luster yet. You feel me? Like that's still interesting to watch during All-Star Weekend. The dunk contest kind of lost its luster, and like I said, them adding the skills challenge, and I think it was just for them to do something like that. That never really like. I don't think nobody was ever excited for the skills challenge, but the 3-point contest never really lost its luster.
Nah. So it's always still competitive with that.
Yeah.
Now this is the thing. I think when they asked Caitlin Clark to do it, she turned it down. So look what they turned to. They turned to a guy trying to win it. He wins it. All he had to do was make one 3-point shot while Damian Lillard had to shoot.
Yo, that was fire. I like that. I was rooting for him.
That?
Yeah. You grab a random fan out the stands and say we about to give you 100,000. Hell yeah. I wish that was me. I was rooting for it like it was me. Nigga, I was like, yo, if that was me, I would have made it. I was like, give me 2 shots. Yo, you saw that, Mark?
Yeah, sir.
Yeah. I would have been like, yo, just give me 2 shots, nigga. I'd have turned into the best shooter to 100K.
You think Dame was trying to miss on purpose?
Nah, I think at first he was taking it easy. But I think after that, he was really like shooting. And just, it meant anybody shooters, anybody know he was missing like right there. Like it was, so he was really making it.
Dame is a good deep ball shooter. So I mean,
yeah, he was missing right there. He wasn't like missing crazy. I think at first he was taking it easy, but those last like 3 to 4 that he missed, I think he just missed them.
Yeah, because I was like,
He really wasn't trying to hit it though.
Yeah, he wasn't.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He wasn't trying to hit it at first, but I think because they can't. You gotta realize it's time. They can't stay there forever. So at the end, because remember the guy kept saying, "Yo, we about to go to commercial." So I think at the last 2 or 3, I think he actually did miss those. But I think the first like 2 or 3 he put up, he was just like, just putting the shot up.
Mm-hmm. And niggas disqualified Wimby and Chris Paul for not taking a shot.
Yo, the man was throwing the ball.
Shout out to my chat real quick. Yo, Real Money. What's up, Real Money?
Yo, shout outs to the chat. Shout
out Real Money. Real Money always
serve entertainment. Shout out to them right there.
Shout out. Real Money always support. Hey, Real Money, listen. Real Money, listen. My plan was always to talk NBA too, always to talk male basketball, but I'm trying to build the women's fan base first. So that's why I talk mainly women's basketball, but I'm gonna definitely get into men's basketball as well. As a passion of mine. Steady serving. What's up, my brother?
Yeah, I mean, you know what, Aid? I think the skills challenge. I mean, it used to be pretty good because it was just guard oriented. Now it's like the big man is just winning it, so it's like, all right, man, whatever. I mean, the celebrity game, nobody watches that on a Friday. You know what I'm saying? Nobody cares about that. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know. Man, I don't even know the guy who won MVP, but it was kind of funny that Drewski thought he won it, and the other guy won it. But
yeah.
that was a little funny right there. Him and Castanet, they thought they was gonna win it, but it was like, nah, you ain't win it, bro. You ain't win it, bro.
But I think the skills challenge would be good if they took it seriously. Like if you really want to make these shots and move on and see how fast you can do it, yeah. But
Yeah,
don't just
but
try to run through the shit to
Yeah,
get the
just work
fastest
through it.
time.
Yeah.
yeah, but when you got
I wish
the big man keep winning them joints, it's like, come on,
for me, I just wish
it's hard.
I wish they switched that up. Like I said, if they what they did on Sunday, if they did something like that on a Saturday or a Friday, I think it'll make it more interesting. Me personally, I don't even care if they take it more serious. The skills challenge, I'm never gonna be mad if I miss that. Like I can't. And I actually, funny thing is because my girl was over, so we actually got caught up into a show, and I forgot to watch the All-Star festivities. I don't know if y'all familiar with the show called Paradise. But I got put on
Yeah,
this
I'm
show
watching that
called,
right now.
yo, that shit
I'm
is
watching.
fire, bro. We got caught up in that. And I just forgot all about the All-Star weekend, so I missed it. But I went back. Luckily, it comes back on. I went back and I was able to catch up on it and watch everything. But the 3-point contest, and not because of how they doing it now, but just out of nostalgia, the dunk contest, I try not to miss that, right? I just try not to miss that. The skills contest, if I miss it, I miss it. Like I'm never going. I'm not gonna go check to see who won. Like I really don't care about the skills contest for real. Like, but I ain't gonna lie. Again, what they did on Sunday, I thought was a cool concept, just not for the All-Star
The
game.
Cleveland guys won it.
Yeah, no, I checked it. I went back and saw, but I'm saying I really ain't care for real. Like it ain't. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, it's not.
even
It's not really.
it's not something
it's not really a
exciting.
big
Like
thing.
you get what I'm
Yeah, it's not
saying?
really a big thing.
But
It
like
was always. It used to
what they
be
did on Sunday, I do
1 point
think it's kind
contest.
of dope for the young players or whatever. Because before in the past, I guess they didn't do it because they did this they did this format this year. In the past, they would have the sophomore rookie game. You get what I'm saying? And that was cool. But like I think this concept is even cooler, right? Like, you know what I mean? It's first of all, it's a target score. So now because it's a target score, y'all got to play more competitive, even though certain games is more competitive than the other ones. Certain games they were still just jacking up to 3. You get what I'm saying? And you can tell, like, all right, this shit is over with, or whatever the case may be. But I think more importantly, on All-Star on Sunday night, I think I wouldn't mind if they go to a Simply World US concept. I think they just need to do that because I don't know if you could. I grew up off East versus West, so I'm nostalgic about that. I love the East versus West concept. I don't know we could ever make that competitive again, but I don't think U.S. players really want to get beat by the world like that. You get what I'm saying? So if they just did a world U.S. concept, All-Star concept, I think that would bring a little bit of the fire back. It's really up to the players. There ain't really nothing. All these gimmicks and shit, like I said, I think I said it to Mark. I said it to Mark yesterday in the chat. All these gimmicks and shit, when we was growing up, they ain't have to do gimmicks. Niggas just came and played because niggas wanted to win. You get what I'm saying? Like it wasn't. You ain't have to motivate niggas to play hard. Niggas just ain't want to lose.
Well, I'll put it like this, right? I'll put it like this. If it wasn't a blowout and it came down to like a nip and tuck type of game, that's when the players really got serious. You know what I'm saying? So they did the same thing like what they do to let the guy go for the dunk, let him shoot a little 3, let him do, right off the backboard. You know what I'm saying? They did that. You probably had maybe like a couple of defense here and there, like Ron Artest in one of the All-Star games. He played a little defense and shit like that because that's what he's known for. You know what I'm saying? But when they got to a nip tuck type of game, and it's like, okay, it's going down the stretch.
Everybody knew fourth quarter it was turned up. They had fun for 3 quarters.
Remember when they did the captains and they picked their team, it was one of those years where it was Team Giannis versus Team LeBron, and they went down to the wire. It was a nip tuck type of game. That was pretty cool. It was interesting. You know what I'm saying? It went down to the wire. They called fouls. You saw the players was getting real upset. He fouled me. You know what
you just reminded me of, Kev? I think the last time the All-Star game was competitive was when Kobe was in it and niggas was mad that LeBron James deferred. Remember, I forgot the year, but remember LeBron James passed up a shot It was a matter of fact, it might have been 2012. It might have been the year after that Maverick shit. And remember, LeBron James was in the All-Star game. He passed up a shot, and everybody in the game was mad at him. Like, what the
You talking
fuck?
about
Shoot
Kobe's
that.
last? You talking about Kobe's last year in the league?
I don't know. I don't remember if it was Kobe last year or not. All I remember is everybody was mad at LeBron for passing up the shot in the All-Star game. It was like your moment. You know how you have a moment?
Yeah.
And it's like they wanted LeBron James to have his moment. He just did a LeBron James play. You know, LeBron James is going to play make and kick it to the corner, and that's what he did. I forgot who he kicked it to, but I remember Kobe, Dwayne, everybody was looking at him like, "Yo, shoot this shot!" And I think it came right off the year that everybody was talking about how he shrunk in the Maverick series. So that's why I'm thinking it was 2012, if I'm not mistaken. That might have been the last competitive one we had.
Nah, I would say this one was like a little bit more recent. It had to been like it was when they was doing that Team Giannis and Team LeBron, and it was that year.
No, I remember what you was talking about. I do remember that one, but I was talking
that.
about before,
Matter of fact,
because that's after the gimmicks. I'm talking about before the gimmicks.
Well,
Remember,
this one was a
at
gimmick
that
too
point,
because they had a
at that
captain.
point, it was still East versus West is what I'm talking about. It wasn't no
Oh yeah. Well,
captain and you
this one they
picking your
had the gimmicks
teams.
though. This one they had the gimmicks, but still, it was like, yo, that's when we looked at Embiid, and when LeBron went down to guard him down in the post, and Embiid caught him with the shimmy.
Yeah, I remember that.
And then LeBron went flying, and everybody was like, "Yo, Bron, you cannot guard this man. I don't know why you going down there in that box. You can't guard him." You know what I'm saying? That was I think he came second runner up in MVP behind Jokic. But I mean, I think they really need to go back to that East versus West, like you said, man, because
at the end of the day, it's gonna be all about the players, though. No matter what they do, if they go back to East versus West, or if they whatever concept they come up with next, it ain't gonna mean nothing if the players don't come out and want to lose, because that's what it's all about. As when we saw the ones we saw before, and we could, like I said, 2001, it was because niggas ain't want to lose, bro. That's what it was. It was simple as that, and people
and
kept
it was
count.
pride. And
Not
it was
only that,
pride.
it was pride, but look, people kept count. If the West won 2 or 3 years in a row, the East was thinking about that. Like they up on us. They up on us 3 years. We got to get a win. Like people was thinking about that. Like now it's just like they just coming out. Now it's vacation.
And remember, and hold on, and remember, right? And remember, that's when everybody was like, "Oh, the East is trash. The East is trash. The West is the best." And the East that year, the East was like, "Oh, nah, we got something to say about this. We can't let these dudes win because the West was supposed to win that. They had all the tall plays.
Yeah, they had all the size. Pause.
They had all the tall plays.
And
it's
I
like
think
no
that's
pride
what's
no
gonna make it competitive again because you going up against the West players that's nice, against the East niggas that's nice. So you know the media is gonna stir it up before the game comes.
Exactly.
And they gonna play hard because they gonna show who's better at that position.
Yeah.
But
as
it's
opposed to
something
teaming
I
them
was
up.
something I noticed too. Like you messing up like the like a lot of guys' stats in the All-Star game and stuff like that. Like this guy, he scored this amount of points, or this guy scored. When you doing this, the game is capped at 40. I saw the most the player had in the game was like 12 points, 12, 13 points. You know what I'm saying? So like, you probably had I don't even know how much Iverson probably scored in that game. Maybe like what, 30? You know what I'm saying? Like in that 0-1 game, him and Marbury probably had like 20-some points. Like, come on, man. Like, this guy,
Draymond,
he
to your
might go
point,
down in history for the most assists in the All-Star game. Or
yeah,
this
I was
guy
about to say,
the
to
most
your
points.
point, Draymond had a good point. He brought up basically what you were saying. He was saying that there's no way for you to catch history doing it like this. So now, like those players who had a certain scoring average or something like that, you messing up because you don't know who would have dropped 50 in a regular format. You don't know who to drop, 35, 40, 50, whatever. So now you messing up people's history with this format.
Yeah, you are. You are, man. I mean, it's I don't know, man. Like, it's just trash, man. Just straight garbage.
I still think the world. I think the best concept. Of course, I'm all for East versus West, but I think the best concept is going to be world versus US because I think if you look at the NBA right now,
They already do that. They already do that in the Olympics.
Yeah, but it's not enough
You know,
world players in the All Star game.
exactly. So that's why it's better.
It's not enough world players in the All Star
It's
game.
better the way they
We
do
I
got
it.
we got
disagree, bro.
Giannis.
Half the league, if you think about it, half the league is from overseas, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
but
I mean,
most of
but
them are
during the
young
all,
guys.
you got to
Most of them
remember
are young
they
guys,
still
right?
doing the old format where the fans get to vote they best players, and then the players and coaches, no, the coaches and the media get to put in
The rest of the All
the
Stars,
rest of the All Stars, right? The
the
reserves.
bench players.
So it's always going to be lopsided because there's always going to be more Americans than world
The reason
players.
why I said I disagree is because some of the players we think is Americans ain't even American, bro. Like there's a lot of people that's from like for instance, something I know he not playing now, but somebody like Patrick Ewing, we look at him as like an American player. Who's Jamaican. You get what I'm saying? So I'm saying there's a lot of players that we don't even realize. Like even when they did this one, I'm looking at Donovan Mitchell. I'm like, Donovan Mitchell, how the fuck you on a world team? But I don't know. I gotta look him up. Apparently,
I
he
think I
must be
think I think
something. I
it,
don't
I
know.
think it's the Bahamas or something like that.
That's what
But
I'm saying.
I mean, then you got to put Kyrie on the world team because he wasn't born in the States.
That's what I'm
Born in
saying. It's a lot
Australia.
of people. It's a lot of people that we don't know is not American.
Yeah, I
They
mean,
just need to put back East versus West
yeah, just go with the
because
East
that whole
versus
world thing is gonna be confusing for them.
us old
Listen, like
heads
I
just
said, I'm not
voting
gonna
like
argue against East versus West. I'm with East versus West, but I just feel like again, with these players, it's up to them. It's up to them because they make it. Listen, Draymond up there talking about, oh, they're gonna have to pay us more. Listen, I'm all for players making their money, but how much more they gonna pay niggas? You get what I'm saying? If it's more
right,
money that's gonna motivate you, how much more? Because y'all like I'm confused.
right, right. But
So that's the crazy part. They want to do it for money. Nah, you're supposed to do it because it's
The love of the
tradition.
game and the fans.
Exactly. The love of the game is gone. It's all about money nowadays. Man.
Yeah.
the rising stars. I always used to be interested in that. You know what I'm saying? I always used to watch like the rising stars.
I was somewhat
But
interested in it.
yeah, okay. Donovan Mitchell, moms is Panamanian. All right, okay. Thanks for that info, DZ.
Man,
But
Donovan Mitchell black.
I mean it's the same thing. Panamanians, they got
My
black.
cousin Glenn Panamanian. That nigga black.
But yeah, I always used to watch the rising stars. That boy Stephon Castle, man, he's something interesting to watch for the future. I like his game. Um, Everybody else that was on that court, yeah, I'm not watching them. I don't care. I didn't see nobody interested. And they had the G League. They had the G League All-Star team that was there playing again. I'm like,
Yeah, I think that too.
yeah, I was like, come on, man.
I didn't
Really?
watch Saturday night. Oh, that
But
that
yeah.
anyway. That was on
Now
Saturday.
since
Right? Was that Friday?
that was I think that was Saturday,
I
I
missed
think.
it. No, that was Friday. No, that was
Friday?
Friday because me and my girl, we was out at a restaurant. I remember it was on, and she kept saying, "What's that?" She was like, I forgot what she said. She said, "That's the playoffs." I said, "Nah, babe." I said, "That's the All-Star game."
Now, speaking of playoffs, I mean, it's starting to look a little nip and tuck in the Eastern Conference right now. I mean, we got the Detroit Pistons at a 6 seed, man, 29-26.
I'm happy for them. I ain't been paying attention a lot
With a
this year to men's
4-game winning
basketball.
streak. What
I'm
you think
happy for
about that?
Detroit. I'm happy for them. I want Cade Cunningham to get in the playoffs, man. I'm sad for the young boy that got hurt. I think Ivy got hurt, right?
Ivy. Yeah, he
Yeah,
done
I'm
for the
sad.
season.
I'm sad for him, but I'm happy for Cade Cunningham because we all know a couple years ago it was looking ugly in Detroit.
Matter of
not
fact,
last year.
it was last year. It was looking real ugly for them.
Yeah, but what year? I think it was 2 years. It might have been last year, but I think it was 2 years ago. They had the historic losing streak. What was the historic losing streak? It was
last year.
Oh, that was last year. Damn. See, that's how I'm happy for them, man. I'm happy for my boy Cade Cunningham to be in the playoffs, man.
Yeah, it was last year. They was at that historic losing
Did
streak.
Did Paolo get back yet from injury? He's still hurt.
Paolo and Franz Wagner, they both came back from their oblique injury, so they both been back.
That's good.
But yo, since they've been gone, they was winning a decent amount of games, but now they done fell from at least the 4th place all the way down to 7th. So they in the 7th seed. They on a 1-game winning streak right now.
One game ain't no winning streak. But yo, let me ask y'all a question. Let me ask y'all a question because I'm sure y'all been paying attention more than me. The question slipped my mind that quick. The question fucking slipped my mind that fucking quick.
It'll be right.
It'll come back to me.
That's that man when he said 1-game winning streak. You want to
No, that was just funny to me. The nigga said they on a 1-game winning streak. That shit was hilarious.
Hey, yo, that should say W1 on their streak. So, you know what I mean? W1. I mean, everybody from 7 and up, you know, they on a winning streak.
Okay, it just came back to me. This is what I wanted to know. For all the players that went to their new teams, right?
Right.
How do you feel like they've been looking on the new teams?
Okay,
I haven't seen all of them play, so I don't know.
Well, I've been watching a few of them, not all of them. But
like I know Fox and San Antonio.
Yeah, the Fox and San Antonio thing. I mean, we got to see how that's going to pan out because San Antonio in the 12th. They in the 12th. They 12th right now with 23 wins, 29 losses. But
yeah,
a lot of people are saying, right, they don't like what the Atlanta Hawks did. But I think bringing them Karis LeVert is pretty good for them, though.
That's what they got Karis LeVert now.
Yeah, they got Karis LeVert over there. Okay. So I think them bringing in Karis LeVert, maybe they can make a little noise. They in the 8th seed right now.
What's the name just got traded, right? Because I just saw Vince Carter talking about it during the All-Star break. DeAndre Hunter.
Yes. So he got traded for Karis LeVert.
Oh, he got Joseph. He's in Cleveland
now. Right. I don't know. I think that's. I don't know.
You don't know about that?
That made Cleveland better because DeAndre Hunter could.
He's a two-way player.
Yeah, two-way player.
Yes.
So
yes.
And then Boston two times. Boston beat them dudes down twice. They done beat Cleveland down.
Okay, that makes sense now you say that. They trying to bring pieces in to compete with Boston. They like, we on a little winning streak. You know what I mean? We gotta this the team we gonna see. So we gotta be able to compete with them in the playoffs. I see that. I can understand that.
Yeah. So that makes sense.
What,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because they got a Coro over there. He's a 3-and-D guy.
Yeah. But if you face Boston, you gotta have good wing players.
Yeah, you gotta have good wing defenders, right? So they could throw 2 good wing defenders at Boston and stuff like that. Because you could throw
Donovan Mitchell on a smaller size, so you need some size. Pause.
Yeah. And plus, you know, the only big man they got that could really hurt you like that is Porzingis, and they got some guys that could probably contain them a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So they saw what Dallas was going through when. That other guy, he couldn't guard him, man. He was just too small. But that trade, I think it works out for both teams. Like I said, I mean, Karis LeVert, he get buckets. So
is he starting or coming off the bench for the?
I'm not sure if he's coming off the bench.
I'm trying to think who that's starting on him. How's that rookie looking?
Yo, let's skip over him, bro.
Heard you, right? I'm listening. I'm just asking questions, man. I'm relying on y'all guys' expertise here.
I'm gonna just put it like this: the only rookie I'm seeing that's really probably doing a little something is Zach Edey. That's it.
So I'm happy to hear that because a lot of people wasn't sure if he was going to translate. So he doing well.
And he not scared of nobody either. Like Draymond, they was playing against the Warriors the one game.
I mean, as big as he is, he shouldn't be scared of nobody.
Hey, Draymond pushed him. He pushed Draymond back. Yo, what you doing?
I'm happy to hear that because I'd have been disappointed.
Yeah. So he playing like he want to be an enforcer out there. So
I
he balling
mean, if
out there.
I forgot who said it, but if they use Zach Edey as the number one option, he'll be a good team because
Yeah,
there's no big man that can guard him
that's a fact.
You
because
think they
he's
should use Zach
fundamentally skilled.
Edey as the number one option?
No, I agree with
Yeah,
that.
go to him first. Go to him
Yeah,
first
I
because
agree with
everybody
that.
knows Ja gonna get his thing. Ja Morant gonna get his points regardless. But if you feature Zach Edey first, he gonna get all they big
I
men in
think.
foul trouble.
In
Well, I
fact,
think he should.
and then on top of what Mark is saying, really quick, anytime, and this is any team, you right, we got away from we got away from big man basketball. But anytime you have a center on your team, you want to go to them first because they're not gonna be on the team as long as some of your smaller, I mean, on the floor, some of your smaller players anyway. So you want to let them eat first. This way, when they hit the bench, then you could, what I mean, everybody else could eat. So that's old school basketball, but this is a new school, what I mean, game. So a lot of people don't really think like that or know that.
Well, they need to go back to old school format with him.
That's a
Remember,
fact. You
Now
he's
he's
like
a
7 what?
traditional big, but
7'4".
Right.
I mean, look, he's 7'4", nine and a
Mm-hmm.
half points. So let's just say 10,
I just saw
six
DZ in
point
the chat.
6.6. I mean, he's grabbing like 8 boards. I think he should get more boards than that. You know what I'm saying? But
I mean, if they feature him, let him at least get a double double. 9 points is
Exactly.
not that good. And he probably getting all those points off of what rebounds.
but you know what though? I think sometimes I can see why the rebounding could probably be 7.6 per game because whoever he's guarding, they probably shoot threes. So he ain't
And then
around
on
no
Another
top of
thing.
that, you got to realize height don't always equate to rebounding. Again, if you go back to old school basketball, right? The best rebounders was the power forwards, right?
Yeah.
The 6'9", 6'10" players. The taller players was the better shot blockers. So but everybody expected him to be 7'4" and just be dominating in the paint. Nah, you know what I mean? Dwight Howard was only 6'9", 6'10" when he was 6'11" when he was grabbing all those boards. You get what I'm saying? So just because Zach Edey is 7'4" don't mean that he has to have monster rebound numbers. You know what I mean? They should, when you got to play like to Mark's point, if you draft a player like Zach Edey who's good at what he does, that's a mismatch for the rest of the league. So you need to build around that, right? You need to allow Zach Edey to play his game, play through Zach Edey. You already got a star in John Morant. John Morant could take over the game in the fourth quarters. You get what I'm saying? He could. John Morant could be a finisher. Let Zach Edey eat throughout. That's what. Listen, and that's why we need to give Kobe Bryant credit because that's what Kobe did with Shaq. You get what I'm saying? Kobe and Shaq knew. Listen, we had to win championships, and Kobe knew he could shoot more. Shaq knew Kobe could shoot more, but what Kobe knew, he had to keep the big man happy. You get what I'm saying? And he fed Shaq the ball.
That when was when Shaq was with Orlando.
Facts.
Because that's what Anthony Hardaway was doing.
Facts.
He feed in Shaq all day because they couldn't be stopped.
And people, if you need to understand how to play with Zach Edey, just go back. It's a whole bunch of blueprints out there for you.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna go that route though. Maybe
That's
they
on
should.
them. That could be. That's a difference. Remember,
Maybe they should feed them in the
but
first quarter.
Look, I'm gonna land my plane with this though. The whole time Kobe and Shaq played together, they ain't win championships, so they had to figure it out too. So that's the difference between you winning the championship with Zach Edey, or y'all just making it to the playoffs and getting knocked out.
Well, the reason I say they probably won't do it because I see how they run their offense. The way they scheme their offense is like I've never seen nobody run offense like that. Like they run some type of space type of offense where they don't even do a lot of screen and ball screens and all that shit. It's just like get out of the person's way, let the person ISO. So it looked more like ISO. But then
They
Zach does duck
basketball.
in, and when he ducks in, they do feed him the ball though. So I'm not gonna say they just ignore him. They do feed him the ball when he ducks in that middle. So,
but you got to realize if you feature him, to Mark's point, now you getting the other team in foul trouble, right? Now you at the line. It's just gonna be a different
He's a
game.
pretty good big. He's a pretty good traditional big.
Yeah,
He's not.
that's why I said he's good at what he does. If you gotta realize again, everybody fell in love with it, and I'm not mad at it. Don't get it twisted. I'm not gonna be the one to knock it. I know a lot of people knock it. I'm not mad at it, but a lot of people fell in love with the pace and space basketball, which is cool. But you gotta realize the beautiful thing about basketball is every player got a different skill set. So if you draft a player like Zach Edey, allow him to play, you know what I mean? Allow his skill set to help you win games. Don't draft a player like Zach Edey and then play like you got a player like Wemby. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
That's
they
fact.
36 and they number 2 in the West. They 36 and 18.
Yeah, but that's cool. But I'm saying you could be better than that. You could dominate more than that because think about what's gonna. It's almost like Joker is a perfect example. Even though Joker has all of the skills and you know, even though Joker could step away from the basket and do all of those things, one of the most deadliest things about Joker, simply pause no homo, is just his size. The fact that he's gonna put your big in foul trouble if you try to guard him. You get what I'm saying? As soon as he get down there and start banging, it's a wrap. Like it's nothing you can do unless you got another big his size.
So
Yep.
what about the
Anthony Davis
Rockets? You
found
think
out
they
the hard way.
you think
Paul.
they should go through?
Exactly.
You think the Rockets should go through Shangoon more?
I don't know
Yep.
how I gotta watch
Yep.
Shangoon. I don't know
Yo,
how he
yo,
plays.
bro, that boy's
Shaquille
a problem,
is
man.
it's a smaller
That
Joker.
Turkish dude.
Okay.
Everything that you see Jokic do, it's
Yep.
a little
So then you
lesser
answering
than
the
that.
question right there. We already know playing through Jokic is proven to win championships. So if he's a Jokic type player, then maybe that's what the Rockets need to do.
Yo, the man got
He
court
got a lot of
vision.
footwork.
He got a lot of footwork. He got a jump shot. He can shoot the mid range. He can shoot the three. He don't take a lot of threes, but he can
And
shoot
then
it if you leave him open.
you
And
also got to
he
realize
can put the
this.
ball on the floor and drive to that basket.
And then you also got to realize this about basketball. Basketball changed every few years. So it went to a small ball game. That don't mean it got to stay a small ball game. If these bigs is coming into the league with all this skill, then somebody got to adjust. Somebody got to start coaching and saying, "Yo, listen, this is how we gonna implement the big man instead of all this pace and space shit."
Well, you know, a lot of these
My thing
coaches.
is, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. The big man game was never broken.
That's
They
a
just
fact.
decided to change it.
That's a fact.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
That's
That's a
D'Antoni's
fact.
fault. Remember that? Yo, you got to look at every sport does the same thing. Copy Cali. Football does that shit. Basketball does that shit. I'm pretty sure hockey does that shit and baseball does that shit. When you got
I'm
a player
cool
that
though.
can
For
dominate,
me,
huh?
I'm cool if it works and you got the personnel, right? I'm not mad at what the Warriors did with that def lineup. They had the personnel to do it. Everybody don't have that personnel. If your personnel has Zach Edey on the team or Sangoon or one of these other bigs that's talented, then you got to switch your scheme up. It's that simple.
Yeah, you do got to switch your scheme.
But I'm not mad at. Listen, if you go small ball and it works for you, I'm not mad at that. Like that's why I said I'm not one of those people.
I mean, OKC got the best record in the league, right? They've been going small ball through the whole league.
But they did, but they
just
also
got their
did
bigs
try to
back.
get bigger. I'm about to say they did make sure that they got
Yeah,
size,
they got
two
their bigs
balls.
back. They got their bigs back. They just lost the last game they lost to is when the T-Wolves, and that's when this dude threw it down on Chet. You talking about Ant-Man? He threw it down on Chet. I was like, whoo, god damn, man. Man just came off a tailbone injury, just doing him like that. Oh man, it's crazy. But OKC, they got stingy defense, but I picked this team all year, but I'm looking at the these young teams, man. I think they gonna get knocked out in the first or second round. I mean, do you want to play the Lakers? If you're the number 4th seed, the Rockets, do you want to play them? No, I don't want to play the Lakers in that round.
I don't know if the Lakers want to play OKC. I think the question other way around.
Yeah, but if it goes to the second round, that's who okay. Like if the format is like that, right? If it goes to the second round, because whoever in that 8th spot, listen, OKC for some reason Dallas had their number all year. That's the only team that had their number all year. Dallas just have their number. They just can't beat Dallas for some reason because of and we see it from time to time. OKC has problem with size. Pause. They just have problem with guys who's just bigger and taller than them.
Bold question, bold pick real quick. You know, Mavericks obviously a different team now. And I don't know who made it to the finals 2 years ago. Was it the Warriors?
2 years ago was Denver, Miami.
It was Denver.
Yeah, Miami. Denver won it 2 years ago.
I don't feel like Denver won it 2 years ago. Okay.
Yeah, they did.
Okay. Who do you feel like out of the West makes it to the finals this year? I think out of the East, we all feel like it's the Celtics to beat. But who's the team that you feel like is gonna make it to the finals, or everybody have to beat this team to make it to the finals?
It's no clear cut for me, man.
It's wide open. Pause.
Yeah, it's no clear cut for me, man, because like you said, Memphis, they don't feature they big man like that. So that's out the question. The Nuggets, they have a problem with their bench. They didn't address that bench situation. So that's a problem. But if, and I would just say this with Denver, you know, Jokic been balling out of his mind. And
That's
shout
why
out,
I asked that, because I'm looking at Denver.
right.
I feel like it might be. I feel like it's OKC at Denver.
But yo, shout out to Russell Westbrook, man. It seems like he found a home right there because he's balling over there.
Yeah, I was never worried about Russell. Russell was just in a bad.
Yeah, but
everybody want to talk about his game. His game been the same since he been on the Thunder. Like he never been a great shooter. Everybody, they get here all of a sudden they talk about his shooting.
We know that. But what I'm saying is, it's like when he went over to the Lakers, it was like the whole Laker fan base just kind of crucified him. He went to the Clippers. He did okay there, but it just seems like where he at with Denver right now, he's just playing. Fit. But the guy that needs to pick his game up is Jamal Murray. He just had a 50-point game not too long ago, so he need to pick it up. And look, they on an 8-game winning streak. So, but they gotta address that bench. That bench is thin. Now the Rockets, they too young. Fred VanVleet, he's the only one over there. Him and Jeff, is it Jeff? Not Jeff, not Jeff Teague. I was about to say Jeff Teague. He won with Denver, man. I forgot his name. Uncle Jeff. But they call him Uncle Jeff, though. But he's over there. They're the only two guys on the Rockets that won a championship.
You know about Jeff Green?
Yeah, Jeff Green. There you go. They're the only two guys over there that won a championship. And I think Ime Udoka won a championship with the Spurs too. So, you know, they coach got a championship ring and then you got two players. But I just think they two best players is just too young. They too young. They ain't got it all together yet. You know what I'm saying? The Lakers, they just did that trade. They defense got worse than me. Now, I remember KSAP was talking about, but, you know, listen, I'm a firm believer. You are who you are. If you don't play, how many years Luka's been in the league? It's been what 6-7 years? Man, don't play no defense, bro. If we think he about to go sit in the chair and play defense, so have it. I just don't think the Lakers. The Clippers with the Kawhi Leonard thing, I don't know. Anything after that, it's just.
What you think about Ben Simmons on the Clippers?
Well, his debut was pretty decent. He played 26 minutes. He had 12 points.
That made you believe.
6-6.
That made you believe.
Say that again.
I said that made you believe.
I mean, if he plays 40 minutes, if he got you 12, 7, and 6 in 26 minutes of play, the boy is not garbage, man. He just got I don't know, it's a mental block with that guy. What you think?
I'm done with Ben Simmons, man. I'm done with Ben Simmons. Yeah, man, this nigga.
Yeah, I mean, I think he could do something over there. Because I mean, they only big as Zubox, and he could play. He could still. He still got defensive. He still got a defensive game. So I, mean, I don't know. Anything after Minnesota is just like nobody's doing nothing. I mean, you got Sacramento with a whole Chicago Bulls team there. It's just DeMar DeRozan, man, he can't catch a break.
What's going on with DeMar?
It seems like every team he's going to is just like they subpar, they trash. He goes to the Bulls. They had one good year. After that, they just trash. A bunch of guys just keep getting injured. He did by himself. You go to Sacramento, they trade away their best player. Now you over there, they bring Zach LaVine. It's like, damn, son, like I got this guy again. They ain't got no point guard. I mean, I don't even think they're
Yeah,
gonna
you
make
gotta
it.
be tight. I mean, I don't know their relationship. If they was always cool, then cool. But you know, if that relationship went sour and you think you leaving, don't you leave traded to your team? It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty crazy. So let's go over to the W, man. So what's been going on in the W so far, man? Because I know you got all that information.
Shit, right now, man, it's slow. It's quiet because free agency just passed. So a lot of people is on their new teams. Pull up the rosters. We could talk about the rosters. In fact, I'm gonna be doing some series on the W soon. Talk about pull up we'll go through it one by we'll go through it. We'll go through one by one. Pull up Indiana Fever first, man. Indiana Fever been making a lot of moves, and they you might not see it on there. I don't think they update that. Let me see if they update it.
It's their website. This the W.
No, I'm saying they don't update. I might have to give you a website to go to. I don't think they update. Go to the roster. Let me see if they got the updated rosters.
Damn, how do I get to the roster with this?
Scroll up to the top. I see the three lines on the top. Where it says, yeah, you got to click that.
Oh, okay.
Team.
Nah, it's just giving me teams. I can go to any teams.
Nah, go to team right there. I think that's gonna give you the roster.
Okay. Right.
Let me see. Yeah, that's a new people there. I think Chrissy Wallace is gone, but Natasha Howard is there, Leah Boston is there. Yeah, that's a new roster. Sophie Cunningham is there. Yeah. So this is a team that's probably going to either win a championship next year, or that's going to be the team that's contending to win the championship next year. Because they done put everything she need. I did a show about this, and before they made their moves, I said they already got their big three, and Kelsey Mitchell, Aaliyah Boston, and Caitlin Clark. So they already got their squad. I said the only thing they need to figure out is the others. And then they went and picked up Natasha Howard. They went and picked up Sophie Cunningham. They went and picked up DeWanna Bonner, Jaylen Brown, Brianna Turner. They just picked Brianna Turner up, I think, yesterday. So they picked up Sydney Colson. Sydney Colson is a championship. She used to play with Asia Wilson, champion. DeWanna Bonner is a champion. She used to play with Deanna Taurasi in Phoenix. You know, Natasha Howard, I believe, won the championship before. I'm not sure. I think she won in Indiana. But anyway, they bought the right veterans around Caitlin Clark. They put defense around her. They put the Sophie Cunningham as a enforcer, tough player, shooter, right? So they put the right type of players around. And all of those players can run. Damaris Dantas is a 6'3" shooter from Brazil, like a pick and pop player from Brazil. You know what I mean? So they got the right pieces around any Real Money. Real Money's in your chat right now. He's an Indiana fan. How you feel about the moves your team made, Real Money? and tell me if I'm doing your team justice. I'm talking about your team. Um, one thing about this thing is I always try to be fair and honest and factual about the things I talk about, whether it's my team or different teams. I always try to show respect to the Fever, even though that as soon as you criticize the Fever, her fans is on you. Like you racist, you don't know what you're talking about, you're a hater. It's like, yo, bro, I'm like this with all teams. I keep it all the way fair. But yeah, I feel like this is gonna be the team that is either gonna be able to win the championship or contend for the championship because they put in too many good. In fact, this is to me 2025 for the Indiana Fever is championship or bust at this point. A championship or bust. You can't put a team together. This is probably like the third. This is one of three of the best rosters in the WNBA.
And what about some other teams?
Let's go. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Go to we're gonna start from the top and go down. Paul. So let's go to the Liberty. Let's start the Day of Champions. So let's go to the Liberty.
Hold on, let me back out of here. He said Liberty, guys.
It's your team, so you're gonna have to talk to me a little bit too about your team. You know what I'm saying? I'll tell you what I know.
They my team that when they win. They not my team when they don't win.
You a fair weather. You a fair weather fan. Jalen Sherrod, she's nice. She's gonna get more minutes this year. She came out of Colorado last year. She had a solid rookie season. But I think she's going to actually get minutes. Her and Marquita Davis. Marquita Davis is really good. She should get more minutes this year, too. Rebecca Gardner is back. She was hurt, so she should be able to add to that bench. Naira Sabli is really good center. Her sister Satu Sabli in Phoenix.
Yeah, I saw her on that rivalry game against
Esmery Martinez. I hope she actually get a chance to play this year. She played a little bit for them last year and got cut.
Well, she's not on the team no more.
Nah, she is on the team.
She's back on the team.
Yeah, she never left. She was hurt. You talking about Bijanay Laney Hamilton?
Yeah.
Yeah, she on the team, and if I'm not mistaken, she's cousins with damn, what's this girl name in LA? I can't think of her name right now. But yeah, they haven't made any moves yet this offseason. They got the 7th pick in the draft, so we gotta see what they do there. I think they should trade it and bring in a veteran off the bench to help try to contend for a championship again. But this is the championship roster. This is the team to beat because they're the team that won. So I would say this is the number one roster in the WNBA. Right?
About some other teams you want to talk about.
Let's go to the Aces.
Let's go to the Aces. See what's going over here. Let's go to their roster.
So the Aces made a lot of turnover. They about 5 or 6 players left their team, so they got to replace them. Jackie Young is always a beast. Problem is she's getting over an injury, so we got to see how healthy she is. Kirsten Bell, I think, this is her year to actually get minutes, so we're gonna see. She's been playing really good in Athletes Unlimited. She's been doing that for the past few years, and she's been pretty good. So Tiffany Mitchell, they compared Tiffany Mitchell again. This is what I heard WNBA people say. They say she got a Dwayne Wade type of game. And I believe she's from South Carolina too, just like Asia Wilson. So they pairing them back up. Queen Ebo.
She had a down year or something, because she only averaging 5 points.
She was on Connecticut. She was coming off the bench. I don't know really why she was getting the amount of minutes she got. I don't know, but they say she's a pretty good player. So this is the years to show improve. Dana Evans, I'm not a big fan of because she played so terrible last year, but from what I hear, people say that she's been killing it overseas. So we're going to see if she found her game and she's going to come back and try to help this team, because this is another team that they only play for championships, right? Chelsea Gray, they call her the point guard, right? Chelsea Gray, if you had to compare to somebody on the men's game, she's like the Jason Kidd type player. You get what I'm saying? Big guard, come down, that's gonna get everybody involved, make the passes everybody can't make. Megan Gustafson is pretty much big for nothing. No, I'm joking. She don't really do much for you. She is a big body. Could shoot the ball every once in a while and make a shot, but Asia needed
These,
help at the 5,
well,
and that's what she got in Cheyenne.
These numbers right
Asia needed help down low, and that's what she got in Cheyenne Parker Tyus. Drew Lloyd is also that they call her the Gold Mamba. So she got like a Kobe Bryant type game. That's why she wears 24. Called her Gold Mamba. She had a relationship with Kobe when he was alive. But Cheyenne Tyus Parker and Elizabeth Kitley, she was a redshirt rookie last year. Elizabeth Kitley was one of the best centers in college when she was in college. But she had a redshirt last year. She had a leg injury. She's back healthy now. So this is gonna be a retooled team to try to win a championship. So I'm gonna give them a grade of the third best team. I'm not gonna say that they the second best team, only because these are so many new players. I don't know what they gonna do. Whereas with Indiana, I kind of know what those players is gonna do. And like I said, Liberty is one. I'm gonna say Indiana is probably the second best team in the league. I'm gonna say the Aces is probably the third best team, just off the strength of Asia Wilson. Right. I feel like Asia Wilson alone, and with Drew Lloyd, we already know what Drew Lloyd is going to bring. She had a down season last year, Drew Lloyd, but even in her down season, this shows you how good Drew Lloyd is. Even in Drew Lloyd's down season, she was one of the 6 top scorers in the league. So, and then the year before that, she was the number 1 scorer in the league. So this is going to be a bounce back year for Drew Lloyd. So you're going to have that Drew Lloyd, Asia Wilson 1-2 punch along with everything else. I said Elizabeth Kitley this is going to be her rookie season basically, and she was one of the best bigs. She's going to automatically come into the league and be probably top 8, one of the top 8 best bigs in the league, maybe even better than that. I just don't,
Shout outs to the W, man. They doing something special. But like you said, the Liberty is the team to beat. Asia she did need some help down low, man. Did.
Yeah, Cheyenne Tyus Parker is going to provide
can't
that.
Have this lady out here
and Elizabeth Kitley.
Can't have this lady down there just putting in all that work, man, by herself. But wasn't one of her guards injured like for the whole year or something? Almost
Chelsea Gray was injured to start the season. Yeah. She came back midway through the season.
Right, so she still wasn't in that good form yet. She coming back.
Yeah,
that's probably why they lost to the Liberty too. You know what I'm saying? So. Check another team. Check like one more team. Let's check one more team. See what other team you want to check. You want to check your team?
Wherever you want to go, bro. It don't matter to me. We could, like I said.
Let's go here. Let's check with your team. Let's see what your team doing. Let's talk about it. Let's look at this roster here. So what's up with this team right here? I see.
So this team is not going to be complete until the draft. Because we made a trade for one of our better players last year named Marina Mabry. And in that deal, we got back Mariah Jefferson and Rachel Banham, but that wasn't what the deal was for. Those players was just to play, to make the contracts match. The value of the deal was the number 3rd pick in this draft. Not the number 3rd pick. It was a number 10th pick in this draft, and it's a number. Well, we don't know the number, but it's going to be a lottery pick in the next draft. So once we get our draft pick of the 3rd and the 10th pick, if we don't trade it and make a move, then we're gonna really know.
Courtney Vandersloot, okay.
We got her back. She was already on the Sky. She went to New York because her mother was sick. Yeah, and I believe her mom passed away, so she ended up coming back. But once we get those 2 draft picks, if we get really good draft picks, we pair those draft picks with Angel and Camilla as our young core, and then we kind of build around that, and that's going to really show what type of team we have. But if we go through the roster, scroll up, we got Elizabeth Williams. Elizabeth Williams is one of the more steady bigs in the league, a solid defensive big. Not going to give you much on the offensive end, but it's going to be steady. Mariah Jefferson, we got to see if she gets back to form. Mariah Jefferson always was one of the best, or one of the more solid guards in this league, one of the better scorers, but she had a leg injury, so she's been kind of playing slow off of that for the past couple of years. Obviously, Angel Reese came out and was a star last year. Camilla was injured to start the year, but she came on slow and started to show her value. So we're expecting a much more improved Angel Reese and Camilla Cardoso this year. And obviously, you know, when you got two bigs like that, your defense is already solidified. Only thing you need is that perimeter defender. Scroll down a little bit. So now we just picked up Kia Nurse in free agency. Kia Nurse is a solid 3-and-D guard. So she's going to play the 2. Michaela Onyenwere was our project. She's going to play the 3. So both of them is going to be solid defenders for us. Neither one of them is going to be explosive scorers, but they both can score. Like I said, we waiting for hopefully we get solid studs in the draft to add a little punch to our scoring. Rebecca Allen is a solid shooter. 6'2" player, could play the 3 or the 4. Obviously, Courtney Vandersloot is a legend. A little bit older, but still a legend. Hopefully she give us something. Rachel Banham is a spot up shooter. Can knock down a 3 if she's hot. You know what I'm saying? But again, hopefully these 2 draft picks we get really makes us better. Or they might package the picks and trade for a star. So we'll see. We'll see what the GM direction he wants to go in. But
you think your team need some guard play?
Definitely. One of the the three biggest weaknesses.
And it looks like that's what they missing. So
the 3 biggest weaknesses for the Chicago Sky last year was playmaking, perimeter defense, and 3-point shooting. So Kia Nurse solves 2 of those problems. She solves perimeter defense and 3-point shooting, right? Michaela Onyenwere solves that problem. Rebecca Allen solves 3-point shooting. So where we still have to address the playmaking aspect. So hopefully in this draft we get a really good playmaker. We kind of solved the playmaking in Courtney Vandersloot too, bringing her back. But you know you want to get younger. So hopefully we solve the playmaking in this draft, and we could bring in another player that's like a solid scorer. Add a little scoring punch off either off the bench or a solid starter.
Shout out to 80s, man. Check out the perspective. My guy 80s, man. He does the WNBA, man. He's real on point with his WNBA stuff. Shout out to YTC Podcast 24. Yo, that's crazy. Right, where we just talk about a lot of crazy shit that be happening in sports.
Everybody hit the like button too. Hit the like button and subscribe.
Hit the subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button on the perspective. Hit the subscribe button on the podcast. YTC Podcast 24. You know what I'm saying? We talk about a lot of crazy shit. We laugh, we joke. If we pause people, they come out crazy with the shit they be saying.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
You know what I mean? But this is all that we have today. Shout out to my guy 80s for showing up. Shout out to Real Money. Shout out to DZ that was in here. You know what I'm saying? Watching.
My man Mark with the jump shot.
The Mark with the jump shot. Shout out to Steady Serve Entertainment. Shout out to everybody that was watching today. My guys, please subscribe. Hit the like button. Thank you. And we out of here, man.